The Dire get a ban.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Which was really nice, and Nigma's the type of team who love to pick like new stuff. And last time I remember them playing on a tournament, I was actually playing against them on a new patch. It was a star ladder, and they won that event. Like, it was very close, like 3-2. Oh, there we go. Now I'm back to proper size.
There we go. They shrunk you down a bit. Yeah, they're getting that nice close-up to start off the squadron and let everyone get a nice close-up look at that mug. And then, yeah, they zoom it out for the main thing. I like that. I like that. Now, this is going to be pretty chaotic, this series. I think that's for sure. This patch there's no way these teams are going to figure out this patch just yet. I'm sure they've each got some ideas, and I think game one is probably likely to just be like a huge stomp in one direction or the other, as one team is likely to bring something slightly sharper to the table than the other, I would say. I mean, that's just generally looking back on games which happen like a day after a patch. That's what we tend to see. Now, things will probably start to work themselves out a little bit of time, but then going into the grand finals are going to be completely clean slate, as OG will be bringing new things to the table. I think OG had a huge advantage in the grand finals, having extra time to study things. They get to study this series, so they're going to be able to really get in depth and have a think about what they really want to do, and also play some more pubs and figure out what works in a pub setting as well.
Not only that, I think Nigma has a little bit of a disadvantage in the sense that their bench strategies are pretty much thrown out the window, right? That hero has been reworked back to what it used to be previously. It's just a flat aura, and it doesn't summon an illusion anymore unless you buy the Aghanims, and there's no like attack range boost, so you're not going to be playing Dusa with it or like Jaw with it for the time being. Maybe we might still see those heroes come out, but it doesn't have that significant buffer for those range heroes anymore, so Nigma lose one of their strats. But yeah, other than that, I think most of the patches are kind of the same, because they didn't really change the map that much. Like, they maybe made stacking a little worse. It's gone from like 40% to 30% for the person who stacks it. That's not a whole lot anyway, but like shards come at 20 minutes, and on average we're looking like that's like 60% of the game already complete. So everything before these shards that you can buy, people are going to play the exact same way, essentially. And there wasn't like super big significant like buffs or nerfs to a lot of the heroes. Maybe Sven, he's the one who got hurt the most, I want to say, but other than that, like everything else is kind of playable, like bench drafts and Sven, essentially. We're probably going to see the very similar gameplay in the early game, especially since these teams haven't really had a chance to change any of that.
Yeah, for sure. Now, having a look at the couple of heroes which have been picked up so far, I think this DP is probably the most expected one for me. This hero seems pretty intense. Spirit Siphon now has the ability to steal armor, I believe. You know, I should really get patch updates up ready to go for this.
That's a very good idea. Off the top of my head, I can tell you, not only does it remove their armor, it's like by 0.75, but you gain it, and if it's like full duration, you'll gain like 5 armor for some time, right? But then again, like the Siphon needs to last the whole time. And one of the problems with DP is that she got her movement speed increased, but her slow on Siphon is gone now, which means your position 4s who gank for you, or like other heroes who want to gank for you, are going to have a harder time being able to land their skills and catching up to that target. Now, you won't have a problem chasing these heroes down, but your teammates will. So in that way, I think DP got slightly nerfed in terms of like setting her allies up, but she's still a very strong hero. Now, in terms of the shard, I don't think people are going to buy that right away, because it doesn't give you enough. Like, for the same price of shard, you can just buy a plate mail, right? Which is consistent yourself, at least. But later on in the game, we will definitely see the shard. We're gonna see like DP is like one of those heroes who just needs items instead. One shard that's really OP though, I think is Phoenix. Phoenix is insane. You know how Io, you remember at TI9 where TI9 where Anna just picked Io and then he just bought Aghanims and just farmed the whole map, right? That's what Phoenix pretty much has now on its Fire Spirits. Pretty much infinite Fire Spirits, and for 1400 gold, so it's like kind of like a GPM item for you. Go around, just keep throwing your Fire Spirits on creep waves, on camps and things like that. You're going to become super fat on this Phoenix. So as soon as you get enough gold, you're probably going to buy it, or after you finish an item, I expect the Phoenix to be buying this shard.
Yeah, there were some other tweaks to Phoenix, reducing the cooldown of Supernova. Sorry, increasing the cooldown of Supernova by 10 seconds.
A bit of nerfs,
Yeah, some nerfs across the board. Some mana cost increases as well. But all in all, Phoenix probably feeling pretty lucky to get away with so little in this patch. Because this hero's been good for like the entire patch, and now next one, it's looking like we're going to be seeing plenty more Phoenix for the next few months at least.
Yeah, I think it's great for sure, and it's a good combo too. It's like one of Navi's, you know, Mars plus Phoenix. They love playing this. We see an Earth Spirit being picked up by Nigma. Now this is like a 2-hero combo that we see quite a lot. Earth Spirit and DP. Earth Spirit's gonna have a harder time definitely landing a spell since DP can't really slow with the Siphon. GH, you know, some of his really gonna have to adjust because of that when he plays the DP Earth Spirit combo. Realizing doesn't slow anymore, but Earth Spirit has a pretty cool shard upgrade actually, which I really like. Giving you four more boulders and
400 ground vision around each.
Yeah, 400 ground vision, exactly. You know how amazing it is have like any kind of vision, right? So you can just smoke up, you walk into a high ground, you're afraid to just walk in there, or like you're just walking somewhere, you can just throw a boulder now and see like, hey, are there people sitting up there or not? Dewarding, you can deward with it as well. It's really nice. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool shard.
It's very crazy, and you know, this is vision you can't get rid of as well. You can't do anything about it once the rock is there. Like, you can't destroy his rocks, so you just got to sit there and deal with it. It's gonna be there, and they're gonna have vision on that area whatever you do about it. So yeah, like things like Roshan, things like high ground fights, you know, it's gonna feel very, very strong. So now being picked up, this hero got his overpower cooldown reduced at the earlier levels a slight little bit. His overpower mana cost was also reduced throughout all levels by 10. His Earthshock slow increased a very tiny bit in the early levels. And yeah, he also got an Aghanim Shard. Fury swipes. Every 6th Fury swipe on a single target causes Ursa to get enraged for 1 second. Again, probably not something we're going to be seeing him prioritize, but maybe picking up later on when he's got himself
later on.
money.
Right, later on it's going to be very valuable, but early on, probably not that much. We have to understand one thing about shards that people are like really hyped on right now because it's something new. They cost 1,400 gold. I know it's kind of cheap, but then they don't really give you any stats. Right, it just buffs you up. So most of the good shards are ones that like have some significant impact like right away. Or it's like a GPM shard, right, where it helps you farm faster. So you can get to your next items in your late game and such at a pretty decent time. Yeah, which some of them do have. Shadow Demon now. Ooh, we've been seeing a lot of Shadow Demon in the last couple of days. Great save. The Purge is really nice. I think he's a really good hero right now. You can no longer Purge Shadow Poison. That's insane. Like, being able to Purge Shadow Poison did make him a bit weaker, but now like we will see people prioritizing the damage output that you can deal with the Shadow. Just incredible when I saw it. And his shard is allows demonic purge to be cast on allies, continuously dispelling them and healing for its damage values, not slow allies. Pretty cool. You just put on your. I mean, it really depends on what your enemy heroes are. Obviously, if you're gonna throw that on your ally, but we're probably not gonna be seeing it being bought.
No, it can't purge Fury swipes, so yeah, for that reason alone, probably not going to be seeing it, unfortunately. If it could purge Fury swipes, then I'm sure they'd pick it up in an instant, but unfortunately not. But yeah, otherwise the hero pretty unchanged, but always just going to be a strong counter to the Ursa. I mean, Shadow Demon, he loves playing against these single target heroes where you can save the hero who's trying to burst, and then try and turn around upon him with the Demonic Purge. So yeah, going to be a really nice hero. Meanwhile, the Disruptor gets picked up, nothing really changed, a slight talent tweak, and then the Thunderstrike can now be cast on allies. It's kind of an interesting one. Again, probably not valuable enough to pick it up, although maybe, I don't know, it gives you 50% movement speed and 75 attack speed, and then for 1 second every 2 seconds. So, and obviously allows your Thunderstrike to attack. So, kind of weird in that way, but it could be alright with an Ursa to throw it on his face. I imagine that's probably going to be quite strong later on in the game if they get to that point, but of course, yeah, probably won't be seeing it on that level 20 mark.
Yeah, one more thing about Shadow Demons, it's an amazing matchup against Death Prophet. Death Prophet relies so much on the Yules to keep herself alive. The Purge from the Shadow Demon is going to make the DP not be able to use in that time. So you can actually like commit to the DP, and you don't have to worry about her like healing up while she's Yuled with the Siphon. So you can just like kill her right away. which is what Navi's looking to do too. And here's a PA pick. PA is one of the heroes that was super popular last patch, and it didn't really get nerfed that much.
5 seconds remaining.
Fade time, Scepter, Blur Evasion went down by 5% pretty much on every level. That's pretty much the biggest nerf that it had. The talents like Phantom Strike, level 15 went from 350 to 300, which is not bad. Level 25 has like a plus 7% coup de grace chance, but that's like, I mean, normally get the triple daggers anyway. And this Aghanim's shard ability, I think, is one of the coolest and so nostalgic for me at least because of Warcraft 3. Fan of Knives, the PA model in Dota, not Dota, in Warcraft 3 had this ability, right? In the Warcraft state, like, it's so cool. And the effect is really nice too. It grants Phantom Knives, releases sharp blades around you in a 550 AoE, dealing 12% of enemies max health on impact and apply the break. You're not gonna buy that early, but later on in the game, that's pretty big. Like a 3-second break for 1400 gold and does 12% of enemies max, so that's pretty nice. Like, you can go on the Tide Hunter. You can blink in onto a Tide, you can break him, then you can abyssal him, and you can just burst him without letting him ravage, right?
Yeah, do you think she's gonna get it this game though?
So this game, looking at it, you're playing against Ursa, why not?
Yeah, it's
right. Late game,
nice later on, yeah.
I mean, late game against Ursa, you can always just like break his passive. He's not gonna be able to get those stacks on you, but definitely like an item that you get much later. You're gonna need your Death Soul, your Battle Fury, your BKB. 3 core items that you have to buy. And then after that, maybe you can decide like, okay, do I want to go for the Abyssal first, or do I just want to spend 1400 gold to get this break effect plus dealing 12% of enemies health, max health? That's a lot of damage. 12% is a lot of damage.
It is.
Like anything percentage base. Exactly.
So now we have a Doom picked up from Navi as their final pickup here. Now the Scepter rework is quite interesting, I think. It reduces the cooldown to 100 and applies a break. So again, more breaks, could be seeing that being used onto the Ursa, just completely counts them out in the team fights for sure. Definitely could be an option for them. Also the Aghanims kind of changes Infernal Blade a little bit, increases stun duration, and adds level death to it. If you don't remember level death, then don't Google it, it's too confusing. Just trust me, I'll say it's a weird old ability which does damage based on what level you are. We're going to forget about that. We're going to move on to the Sand King straight away, which is the final pick from Nigma. Mind Control here. Do you like this hero in this draft?
So they just needed some kind of disable in their team, and a little bit more wave shove too, because Ursa and Disrupted don't really have that. I think it's a pretty good draft, pretty good pick here. It does some magic damage against PA. PA kind of hates that. Not the best combo like Earth Spirit plus Sanking in the offlane, but I think Mind Control is going to get really farmed, and he's going to provide what the lineup was lacking pretty much. So just disable and initiation.
Yeah, I think so as well. They just kind of rounds off their team fight, gives them something to play, and gives them some initiation, and gives them some protection as well when they trying to escape or whatever. I like it. I like the Sand King quite a lot. It also gives him magic damage to rip through V-Tune earlier on, which is definitely what you need when you're playing into PA. So overall, I'm a pretty fan of the Sand King. Also, now an interesting change is Epicenter now uses cast time instead of channel time. What does that mean? Not a whole lot, but it does mean that later on in the game, obviously Sand King's going to buy Blink, and if he wants to upgrade that into an Arcane Blink, that means the cast time is really, really short. Like, it is very, very quick now to charge up that Epicenter inside the team fights, which used to be the spell's biggest weakness. So there's a real opportunity here for Sand King to buy that later on in the game. So we might see that, but of course, you know, we talked a lot about the shards. As Steven mentioned at the start, we're unlikely really to see much of them. Possibly the Phoenix is going to go for hers at 20. Possibly we'll see the Earth Spirit going for his at 20, but everybody else probably not. They've probably got some stats items to go for. I suppose says tip me Miracle, please.
Yeah,
Miracle does so.
A few good ones is like Mars. That's another one that we could be seeing. Oh, instant D word coming out here from Navi, big win. I'm not going to be able to get used to this. Like, you start the game off at night.
Yeah.
Like, what? But it's pretty good though. You know why? Because it creates more situations where teams can have like 5v5 engagements and get caught off guard, and like more chances for first blood before the ruin spawn. Because you only have like what, 800 night vision for most of the heroes. So you're not going to be able to see. Like, look at General. He's so cautious right now. And they plant a ward here, too, to be able to see the enemies first on the side of Nigma. Just baiting in this Mars. And they're like, all right, we're backing off. But it's kind of cool though. It's really cool to get like more fighting earlier into the game, like before the runes even start.
Yeah, you have to be really careful going for it as well. It's also going to be quite difficult to actually predict the lanes as well. You won't be able to see the heroes as easily in that Roger.
Yeah,
it's getting dumped on a little bit by GH. Just a decent amount of harassment with that Thunderstrike and with the right clicks from GH on the Earth Spirit. So they're going to be able to at least force out a tango from Roger. Not much, but still worthwhile. And that's going to be that. But so yeah, I mean, we're less. I think we're well. I guess it makes us more likely to see some useful lanes coming out. Not in this game. I think in this game everyone's fine and knows where they're going and is happy with it. But in other games where you've got these matchups which you need to dodge, that's going to be...
Oh, always on a fly.
Yeah,
super dead.
Flash available on GH. GH going to throw it over to the side. Did that even catch onto the Phoenix? I'm not sure. But either way, they're right clicking him down. The Phoenix... Yeah. They should be able to run him down, and with the Burrow Strike, they will finish the job. Mind Control will draw first blood onto Always Wanna Fly.
Pretty good start for him.
Yeah.
Even if the lane will be a little bit difficult because of the spam and the PA and Phoenix, GH also leaving him later on, that's gonna help him buy a bit more regen, keep himself in the lane.
Yeah. But yeah, GH with a very stylish boulder smash to the side there, just to land it on both the heroes. Love a bit of that. Control, not super tanky here, and Always Wanna Fly is going to throw down some fire spirits onto the both of them just to get a bit of control back in this bottom lane. But I want to talk to you if we've got a minute about these early on items, because I've been watching quite a few pro games. I was up until 4 AM last night just trying to watch some competitive games, seeing what people were doing, what seemed to be working, what wasn't working. And one thing I really noticed is a focus on like these early items, you know, trying to play up to like the kind of 20-minute mark to hit your peak, and you've got so many now value items which you can buy up until that point. The Falcon Blade being a really nice early game item to throw yourself. The Witch Blade's also really nice as well for some heroes. And if you just get these, and with some of the existing ones, for example, the Dragon Lance, very good for that kind of thing, you just find your core as being really, really strong, and you can roll games really quickly with these early game value items. Are you expecting to see that in the competitive games as well?
I think people will try, definitely, but in maybe a week or two, everything will be, yeah, exactly. I do like the Falcon Blade. Obviously, it doesn't give you any like strength or something like that, but it gives you pretty good stats. It reminds me of the old Aquila when you just, or the Aquila that you have now, but you were able to buy it for like 1,000 gold. Very similar in the price, and it does very like similar effects too. Mana regen, damage. And a lot of HP actually, the Falcon Blade at least.
Yeah.
Not an aura though.
It does seem very good. It seems very, very strong. And of course, the fluffy hat. All my fluffy hatters out there. What up?
Yeah,
love that item.
I like
very
it.
Cute.
It's really, really good, the fluffy hat, especially for supports. Like you would normally buy a bracer, but mid lane, iceberg.
Oh no, the roll in from GH connecting for the kill as they bring down the Doom. Not really what we expect, and then again you do have the Spirit Siphon on the DP, which does a lot of damage to this Doom, so they're able to take him down for the first, for the second kill of the game.
Yeah, and they also want to go and de-ward the ward here too. We already has a sentry available. That was a very good play from GH, like just noticing, hey, that Doom is half HP, let me just TP on in there. We will start the engagement for me. By Mind Control kind of staying bottom by himself. There's not a whole lot of help Earthspirit can give for a sanking.
No, but Mind Control, you know, he's used to this. When there's GH on the Earth Spirit, you don't want to restrict him to force him to babysit you in the lane. You know, you're happy to take a bit of a spanking in the laning phase in order to enable GH to roam around the map and help win the mid and even top. As we might see him making some rotations up there as well. So far,
General.
Yeah, but look at the mask. He has got that spirit available, so he's going to be able to throw back the Ursa, but Kuro might be able to get the damage off by himself. Verify comes out though, keeps him alive. Meanwhile, Miracle getting those Shadow Poison stacked up upon him. 1 or 2 more, and they might bring him down, but Miracle dodges it out perfectly, and that's going to mean he survives this time around. Technology coming in for a little bit more, but they've got another kinetic field available, and now the Miracle will just jump in and finish off the Mars. Beautifully done, and actually Roger could be in some trouble as well. No, he's scared under the tower. they don't have any more in the tank here on Nigma, and actually continuing the poisons. It's not enough to finish Miracle that we thought it was. He pops the poisons, and now he's very low as well. Everybody on a sliver of HP up here in the top lane, but Miracle's got the salve to heal himself up and will be okay.
Oh, your General will come back with everything. They don't really have so much resources on Kuroki though. If he actually cleared it and got one more poison off that hit both of them, he probably would have got a double kill there. I think he really overestimated the damage at that moment. V2 bottom though, taking a lot of damage. Oh my.
Yeah,
whoa,
the double damage Spirit along with mind control closing the gap. Burst strike available in 3 seconds. PA, she needs to move away from the Sand King, cannot do so. Burst strike comes through, but it's actually not enough damage, and now the tower turning it around. This is Killer Balls want to fly. PA really wants to finish the job, but they kill mind control. Rock comes through, right clicks there, won't connect. There we go. GH finally manages to get in onto the PA, and GH will get himself a double kill down here in the bottom lane. Fantastic stuff from Nigma. They do trade their Sand King, but totally worth it to kill that PA.
He also had mind control bottle, so he's going to be back to full resources. Another 5 now on GH on a position 4. Dude, this is scary. We is going to pop Exo.
3 stacks of Shadow Poison. Once again, dodging these Shadow Poisons so nicely. There's only so much dancing this bear can do, as Roger's now on top, and they will finish the job. They pop the poison, they get the kill. Kura can't do much about that. The Ursa shall finally fall in the top lane.
They also get Iceberg mid at the same time. We popped his Exo, GH came over. He's level 5. He's almost level 6 on GH. My goodness.
Me. Navi, they do not feel like they have their feet in this game just yet.
Attack the
Like something, but these lanes are definitely very Nigma favored currently.
We're gonna see GH TP top and get a kill onto this.
Just like yours.
Oh my goodness, he gets that kill as well. What a value exism. 2 kills, tower down to 50% HP. Yep, that's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, he's so fast too. 380 movement speed. It buffed DP's movement speed to 330. One of the fastest heroes in the game now. And she's so hard to kill herself because of the Doom.
Make it happen. Doom comes down onto the DP. Can they slow it down or finish this job is a question. The answer should be enough. Let's see. 3 stacks of poison. Doom still trying to make it happen. Holding on to Search F, but they will be able to kill off the DP eventually. She will fall. But meanwhile, General falling up in the top lane as Miracle goes into the dive along with
bottom onto V2.
This is never ending. They always want to fly into some trouble. Oh no, GH is in some trouble actually as V2 jumps back in and kills off the Spirit. Finally, he gets punished for this aggression. Now the Sunray coming through onto mind control. He dodges out the dagger with a nice little sandstorm moving to the side, but they do have the dust. However, they don't really want to commit too hard onto the Sand King, especially when there's creeps to kill. V2 just wants to get back to farming, get back to hitting these creeps, and not risk it.
Level 3 Sandstorm is not a joke as well. If you just link in there with your PA, you get stunned up, you're gonna lose pretty much. Very bad for you. But it's gonna give a lot of XP back to Navi. That was a level 6 GH. She was not able to keep magnetized onto the PA, and she managed to get away.
Burst right through. He's got fight coming on the bottom. Mind control. I think he's finally going to get brought down as Iceberg runs through and gets that sword into the back of that Scorpion.
Top lane.
Narrowly surviving. Meanwhile, from the top lane, you're absolutely right. General in some trouble. This is getting run down by these Nigma heroes. With 3 in the mix. They won't stand a chance of surviving this one. Mars will fall again. Every single time Navi gets a kill, Nigma's getting one as well. This time they're going to feel okay about it, but still there's a lot of pressure being put on mid at the same time, and I think we will be able to finish off this tower without even having to pop the exorcism for the second time, which feels very nice and try not to get a denied damage. And GH is rolling in with a haste here, by the way. Don't get me wrong, he's just running in. Well, unfortunately, it's quite connect, but throwing it back into the arms of the DP, who will gladly crit sword them and allow GH to get the last hit and kill off that Shadow Demon. Another freebie.
Nigma just rolled this map right now, and Kuro starting to invade the triangle area. He already has a ward down. Gonna make it very hard for V2 to just go top, try to take that tower or play there. He's gonna have to stay bottom for a while, and he's playing against
Always want to fly. See you later, buddy. He's gonna get taken down by these 2 heroes very, very neatly. Nigma, they're not done yet. They're looking for more. Kuro's gonna TP Roger back to base, though. He's gonna try and counter it with a disruption, but maybe he doesn't want to do that. They're not gonna connect with the rolls, so that is gonna kill him. You will go back to your fountain, Roger. God damn it. You will go back. Meanwhile, we're taking some hits from the tower, but it's okay. All is well. This Death Prophet is just running over this game right now. She feels absolutely nothing.
Radiant's top tower.
I mean, she has 330 base movement speed. She's so fast. We just got that extra open too.
Oh, bye-bye Kuro. Well, they do get something here at least. Navi, they scrape the bottom of the barrel and they find the position 5. Can they find any more is the question, and the answer is probably not. Miracle's just gonna taunt himself away.
Tier 1 mid, tier 1 top. Again, problem here right now for Navi is taking this top tower back. They need this for the Phantom. Not only that, oh, okay. We'll always want to flag out the D ward. That's pretty important that he managed to get it. So the PA would not be seen while she's farming the Ancient, or her life would be in a lot of danger with GH just constantly playing around this area. They have a big stack here that they would like to kill, I think. Wow, that is a really big
V-Tune. V-Tune. He's getting beaten down. 4 heroes coming in. Oh, PH is going to turn around and get us all the kill though. Brings down Kuro at the very least. V-Tune will fall for it. Not a worthwhile trade, I would say, although that's a 1 kill against 4. XP's doing alright, but yeah, still, that's just slowing down our Battle Fury once again.
Yeah. Roger might want to think about killing this big camp stack that he made on the side of, because if not, Nigma's gonna come very soon to steal it.
Gonna take it now. Iceberg's in the
Yeah,
net.
Iceberg wants it. There's a lot of farm there.
Don't take any of these creeps. Give them to Iceberg.
Oh, he took the little ones.
Take the little ones. Alright, I think Iceberg will let it. If anyone you don't want to
Radiant's bottom tower faces a
Definitely.
stiff
Oh, Arcane Ring. That's really nice for Shadow Demon too. I like some of the tier 1 items that they've come out with. What do you think, Los?
I think the Fairy's Trinket is absolutely insane if you're playing Leshrac, Zeus, any kind of spellcasting hero you even need on DP is pretty insane. It's plus 5% spell damage, plus 5% mana cost reduction, plus 100 health. Like, that is everything you want as in core. It's
Definitely. Tier 2 one, right?
Is also pretty insane.
Oh, for the carries because they cycled out.
It's tier 1, dude. It's tier 1. Fairy's Trinket.
Oh, right. No, there's the other one that also gives you tier 2. I forgot what it was called.
The Quicksilver Amulet.
You're right.
Quite interesting.
That's the one I was thinking of as well.
Yeah. And the bullwhip is just hilarious. I hope we get to see some bullwhips coming out because that whipping is very entertaining.
The one that I enjoyed the most, or I think it's gonna be insanely OP, is Cloak of Flames. That one, like when I saw that, I immediately thought of Spectre. I'm like, yo, this is close to a Radiant. It's a tier 3 item, and not only that, it gives you magic resist and armor. Like, imagine a Doom this game with that item later on. He's gonna be doing a hell of a lot. Or even the Sanking, for example, right? These heroes who want to just go in and they get this little bit of extra DPS, it does just as much as Sandstorm at the end.
Yeah, it's really crazy. It's really crazy. Elven Tunic also very good as well. They've these tier 3 items they've released are extremely strong.
Really cool. But back to this game right now as it is. It's only 11 minutes into the game and Nigma are just absolutely rolling this map. PA already has 2 deaths. Miracle did die early into the laning stage, but that's not going to matter too much for him. He will catch back up as he has so much space available. Navi are going to find it really hard to take any objectives because of how restricted they are on the map and constantly having to put the fire out that Nigma keeps lighting.
Yeah, V-Tune is just not really getting the creeps she wants. She's not getting this Battle Fury timing that she wants for sure at this point. I mean, she hasn't done horribly, but there's just a lot of pressure going on, and we and Iceberg are the only two which are really prospering from all of this. That said, Miracle's not having a great time either. He's also actually going for a Battle Fury as well, so both of them kind of a little bit slow in their timings, but they'll get there.
Definitely. The thing that Nigma, I think, right now are looking for is just this blink on mind control, which he has in 3 gold, by the way. And as soon as he gets that, we're going to see a lot of smokes going into Navi's ancient area.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to be stopping. And Disruptor also has his ulti, Kuro. He wants to be able to utilize this right away. Very strong early game skills.
H down lane. They're going down on the Spirit. Surely they can bring him down. They haven't quite finished the job, but he's running out of spells. He's running out of life as well. Iceberg will finish the job. They get him inside the arena and they kill off that Spirit. But then we're coming in for a bit of revenge. Kuro looking for the glimpse, but unfortunately it's only level 1, so the range isn't there. So we'll be able to catch anybody inside of it.
Ooh, possessed mask.
On the
That's a big one for Ursa. He can Roshan with this. As soon as he gets Battle Fury, or like even now if he wants, he can actually Roshan. But obviously it'll take a little bit of time.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
pretty much
tower
solo it.
can't handle this deluge.
I maybe need someone just to get like the first couple of Fury Swipe charges up. But
Oh,
yeah.
he's good. He can just pop the Enrage at the start if he needs to. He's already got level 3 into Fury Swipes. He can easily just rush with the Possessed Mask.
So,
Mind Control bottom. Gets it. Is he getting away? Is he gonna do it?
strike out into the trees we go, but unfortunately he's not got a path out of this one. It is going to come down to him as well. Spear to follow up, and then eventually get the kill to Iceberg as well. In fact, they even walk away from him as he's dying. That is disrespect from Navi. They just let him die by himself alone in the forest. But that's a really nice kill from them. Control being
Got me too.
lackadaisical. All they could certainly do. The Supernova's going to come down there. Vici trying to turn around and fight up here, but not going to be able to do so. And now the Supernova's going to be a sitting duck for Nigma to take down. Moving across the Roger as well. Roger does not really have a teammate here as a roll. Is going to connect onto him. Miracle closing the gap as well. And that is a dead Shadow Demon. A good couple of kills for Nigma as a response to their Sand King dying. I'm very, very surprised that the PA gets caught out in the mid there, but looks like that must have been a jump forward from Nigma in the end.
Yeah, we just came from the left side. GH also rolling in, popping the Exo, silencing him, buying enough time to get on top of him.
Dire's
That was
bottom
it. That's all they
tower
really
is
needed.
under attack.
Like, we with this Exo and this new movement speed buff onto DP is just so fast. Get like 460 or 70 movement speed with that Yos as well. Just can't really get away from this death buffet. Yeah, they can just leave Miracle in there.
Oh boy, always what it's like. Caught out by the side of the Roger's going to get taken down pretty damn quickly as the disruption comes out onto GH. That's not going to be enough to save his life though. Another hero dead. Meanwhile, Miracle finishes off Roshan, the 13-minute Roshan with this possessed mask. That's pretty crazy.
Really good. They're gonna have to kill him twice.
Radiant's top
They
tower
want to slow
is
down
under
Miracle's
attack.
farm in any way. Already having trouble pressuring him up. In fact, they're the ones being pressured. Running out of space to farm.
Yeah.
They're only saving grace at the moment. It's gonna be the Doom's BKB. He needs that badly and just try to take a fight. They're smoking, dude. They're not stopping.
Be in the plan, but is he going to be able to get it? Well, DH just rocking up in his face, finds another haste ring, gets on top of Iceberg. Roll is not going to connect. He can sidestep a TP now attempted, but Mind controls in with the blink, with the stun, and now they've got the control to bring down the Doom. He is pretty fast though, with those drums running himself away, but GH is going to connect with a roll, and this is Iceberg dead. Well, looking for a couple of other kills. No one's really going to make themselves available, but a kill into the Doom is very welcome indeed. Also slowing down that BKB significantly.
Definitely. I'm just gonna keep on running at them. Nigma right now. He just bouncing top lane, bot lane, top lane, bot lane. I just keep chasing her out.
Miracle, ulti pop, and he tries to chase down Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon going to turn around, throw down the disruption, trying to get himself away, but Miracle is going to out of it pretty damn quickly to be able to finish the job. Meanwhile, they read it down, General, he's trying to get himself away. Supernova's going to collapse onto the three of them, but there is no follow-up damage, so it is just defensive spells being used to keep the Navi heroes alive. All they get from this is a Shadow Demon.
Radiant's
But
top
also a lot
tower
of
is
space on
on
the
the
map as
rocks.
well, some pressure onto the tier 2 tower at top. Like, Nigma are just really taken over this game. It doesn't really feel like Navi have much to bring to it just yet. They need more time to farm up these items.
They do, and Nigma are playing so beautifully at the moment. They're just not giving Navi any kind of space whatsoever. And we saw Miracle. He was behind the Doom, the PA. Now look at him. He's topped the networks. He's farming very quickly. Really comfortable having this Aegis up right now. Constantly taking creeps away from Navi, and Vtune has made his way into the enemy's triangle area instead. I do expect GH or someone to just try to find him at some point.
Do you know what Navi need?
What do they need?
They need more fluffy hats.
What do they need?
They don't have any.
Fluffy hats.
They got none.
Oh.
That's why they died. So
Trying to bring down Radiant's top
5 fluffy
tower.
hats and no one will die anymore. GH roll it across, seeing what there is to see, and he sees a Roger.
Radiant's
Roger's
middle
going to be able to get the disruption out. Nice. Maybe looking to drop a dude from somebody here as Minecraft actually missing the stun onto both of them as they choose to back themselves away here. Unfortunately, the glimpse comes back, throws Roger into the kinetic field, and they get the kill onto the Shadow Demon instead.
Now the GP top instantly. This is such a quick play from Nigma here. They want to get general.
Setting up for the epicenter. But no, GH is going to be able to close the gap with the rolling boulder, and this is a death pass. He tried to turn it around, he tried his hardest, but unfortunately, Mind Control and GH, they were on point. They take him down and they get yet another kill. It's just non-stop. 22 kills at 17 minutes into this game. This map belongs to Nigma.
Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
It does. At least Legion has been able to farm up these Ancients in this triangle area for a couple of minutes now, or 2 minutes at least, and has 1,000 gold. Getting closer to that BKB, but Nigma are gonna be able to take a tier 2 tower. They pop the Exo for this. They're gonna stay. They want it. They want to take this bottom outpost. They really want to close out Navi's map even further. And V2, look what he's done. He's farmed like this, made his way all the way to this top jungle side now. He's farming the area that's like probably the least predictable. But then again, they're going for more.
They are going in mid. Roger gets completely taken out. Goodbye, Roger.
Roger.
Dire's bottom tower
Such a tough game for him. 1-7. I don't think I've seen Roger have such a bad game in a very long time.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge.
No, I don't think I have either.
Bottom tower is about to flounder.
He just can't keep himself alive. There is just too many threats on the board for Nigma. Too much catch, too much chase, too much damage. Flag over the TP away. GH will not be able to find him, so he will get out safely. Meanwhile, we see the Quicksilver Shield picked up by V-Tune. Wondering who they're going to give this across. So far, it's in the base. I think it is pretty good though. It gives you some movement speed, some attack speed, very little movement speed and attack speed, but a decent amount, and then attack animation speed and attack projectile speed, and then plus 5% to movement speed and attack speed if one of your abilities is on cooldown. So there's a lot to digest there, but basically, you get a bit quicker, and if you cast a spell, you get even more a little bit quicker. If you go for the Doom, I know Iceberg, he loves his Faded Brooch. Nothing to go away from him. I've seen this guy hold on to a Faded Brooch until the end of the game, in a game of 20. Just love that. Meanwhile, General gets killed off at top.
Is under attack.
Might even get the kill.
Huge commitment as they get the return around onto Roger almost immediately. Nigma a little bit, well, they lose GH. The first hero they've lost in a little while, it feels like, but yeah, costing the Doom for it. I guess they're just trying to buy themselves more space on the map, trying to just kind of keep a hero dead on the side of Nigma to stop them running down their lanes for just 2 seconds. I really think this is going to come down to the exploration later. Navi need to get themselves in a fighting condition for this next Roche fight. Otherwise, Nigma just going to run in and take it, and then you're in some trouble.
Yeah. They already got BKB on Mirka too. Alright, here it is. 20 minutes. Who's going to buy a shard, Nomad? I predicted at the start of this game it's only going to be Phoenix. You said maybe the Earth Spirit. Is he doing it? Nah. I mean, he just got Yules. Maybe after he finishes this Yules, he might. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're going to finish your one item you're going for first before you really... Ooh, almost gets that PA. GH. Oh, keep it out.
Nail biting.
Yeah, so close.
A gift from the
Alright, Phoenix got it. He bought it instantly.
Yeah.
20 minutes, he was already saving up gold for it. Now has infinite fire spirits pretty much. They recharge every 7 seconds, 1 fire spirit. Pretty big.
Yep. Yeah, see it. Surrounded by spirits. Feels good. I like the way he cast it just before he got it as well to get himself a couple of extra spirits to throw out for 3. Cute play, but unfortunately he's kind of overestimated himself a bit here and he gets jumped on by Mind Control. The disruption comes through, spans a little bit of time, but it's probably not going to be enough here. It's immediately waking up into the silence and being taken down instantly. And they're on the high ground. Nigma just do not care about anything at this point. They've got BKB available on the Ursa. They've got a Death Prophet rocking up with a BKB available as well. They've got that extra. They're on the high ground. They're taking the barracks at 21 minutes into the game. Now V, they do not have a response to this. Their Doom is still on cooldown for another 20 seconds, and they're just going to go for the melee barracks. And they're probably going to be able to take it. PA still away from home, just farming the bottom side of the map, trying to do something, whilst the team desperately tries to make this defense happen. But really nothing to be done. Wheels out, but maybe a little bit more time. Mind Control comes in, the lands and stun onto the Mars. Instruction's going to try and buy him a little bit of time out. He needs to get on this arena, but the sun's down on similar long. EMP sensor, down goes the Mars. He's going to buy back into this one, though. They need to make something happen here. They need to get a really good arena down. Doom's going to come out onto the Ursa, but it looks like we've got the ultimate on time, or well, it's just running out as general, trying to desperately run forward and land his ultimate, but everyone's got a BKB on, so he can't really find himself a target. Beelining for this Ursa. Can they find it? It's the question. The Doom's about to run out. The arena comes down, only gets out Kuro, who will fall to it. General brings him down. Miracle, though, that Doom's run out. He's just trying to run himself out. Meanwhile, GH gets killed off by B2. Now they find one more as Roger and Always Want to Fly will gang up onto Mind Control, get him as well. 3 heroes down on the side of Nigma. Everybody except for the 2 big cores fall.
Tower is under attack.
Oh, so awkward for Navi. You know, they do make the defense. They don't keep their barrack alive, though. The melee barracks is gone. I think it's got to be considered a win for Nigma, unless Navi can do some dramatic warding and take over an area of the map now, and then make another play on the back of it. But they don't have their Doom. It's so hard without it.
Well, Miracle survives, so that's still a pretty big win for Nigma. That being said, these 3 kills is the starting point for Navi. They got the racks lost, but at least the PA was able to accomplish, you know, something in the engagement. Once she has the Desolator, she's going to be a bit stronger. The side Nigma, like, they're waiting for this rush, right? And it's up now. As soon as they get this Aegis, this game is going to get so much harder for Navi. I would also like to point out that Kuro bought a shard as well. I actually like this is one of my more favorite shards too. It actually buffs your ally. That's why I like it. You can drop it on your Ursa or your Earth Spirit. He can go in or go out. Like when he got Doom on the Ursa, Kuro just kept spamming the Thunderstrike onto Miracle, so he can move a little bit faster and get out.
This is interesting. So it gives him the movement speed, gives him the attack speed.
Is under attack.
It's really cute.
It's good. It's good. It's a buffer. Those mini buffs are really good. Ooh, they don't get the Phoenix.
Is about to take the plunge.
He's on the fly, will get himself away. Nice side push, split pushing there from the Phoenix for sure.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
On the side of Nigma. That's gonna be pretty annoying for the Phantom Assassin and the Doom. They constantly get yo'd up.
Yeah, when trying to run into these fights, at least Doom has a BKB. PA has one as well at this point, and she's just trying to finish off his Desolator before the next fight, but man, this is going to feel very, very difficult. Nigma, they've got everything as they run up the high ground. And we go. Iceberg immediately dropping the BKB down and just trying to start the fight and chase away the DP as they get on top of her with the Doom. Can they finish the job? That was the question. Iceberg losing his health, and everybody else just chasing him, and now BKB returning to get some weight. Nice Supernova though, controls him up pretty damn well. Supernova's going to come crashing down. Miracle is locked down, but he's got the Aegis. They don't really care. They want to go for the easier targets. They will now finish off that Aegis. We want Roger being run down by We just so quick gliding into this fight, able to easily take down the Shadow Demon. He can't do anything to get himself away. Nigma, they've hit the reset button. They did lose Mind Control, only getting 1 kill in response. So far, it's not too bad for the side of Navi. They've done the best they can making this defense, but the Miracle, he's still got the cheese, and the Doom's down now as well. So he's just going to come in and start whacking away at this tower, but now down to about 50% HP. It's not amazing, but yeah, that's
a good hold from Navi in the end.
It really was, yeah.
Yeah, so Kuro Thunderstrikes Wii, and that gets him out while he's being doomed up, right? But I was very curious as to where V-Tune was in that engagement, because what you're supposed to do is you cast the Doom, then you get the dagger out, and the P is supposed to commit into the fight at the same time with the BKB. And that probably should have been enough, because Nigma don't really have a whole lot of saves apart from this Thunderstrike at the moment. But maybe a little bit of a misplay coming out from Navi, and really good play from Nigma to just get this DP out, try to get her back into the fight as soon as they can with a healthy amount of HP. Pretty tanky on Wii as well with this plate mail and BKB. Not the easiest target to bring down.
Faces a stiff win.
We've had a spectacular game. 12-1. I think he's found a lot of motivation, you know, as the new patch hits. He's like, yeah, Meeple's back, let's go. You know, Viper has some cool builds too now. With the new Maelstrom upgrade, with the Lotus, sorry, with the Atos. That's a cool item as well.
Really nice with Viper. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Gleipnir gets used
Radiant's
by certain
bottom
heroes.
tower faces a stiff wind.
The most interesting one. Trying it on Sniper earlier. Not amazing. Pretty good for killing creep counts very easily though, just hold them in trap. There's some cool combos, for sure. Meanwhile, Navi, they are smoked up behind this tier 2 tower, looking to make the jump with its doom once again back up. And Nigma, they're going to smoke up right into them. See who's alive with boom. Front lines, he's got himself. He's going for an Ags actually on the Earth Spirit, but we'll get back to that later. These two teams kind of kite around each other. No one really summoned up the courage to go for the plays just yet. Paladin Sword grabbed on the PA. That's pretty big. They see Wee. They're going to drop them immediately down with the demonic code. Try and take down Wee. Can they burst into the crash and get it? Can the crit come through? And I look across towards GH as well. He's got the roll to get himself back. Wheel disruption out onto the Sand King, but he gets the blink over towards the tree lines. They can't find it. They have no idea where Mind Controller's gone. A beautiful blink from the Sand King gets him to safety, but still, Nigma, these fights just not looking as convincing as they once were, as now they lose their death profit and are forced to immediately back away. But they were able to get away. They minimize their losses and they get the opportunity to try this one again.
Desolator complete on B2, and they're starting to hit their stride right now on this Phantom Assassin. What Nigma need is to hit this MKB timing on the Ursa so they have an answer to this Phantom Assassin. Because as of right now, their damage output is just not enough to be able to deal with this PA before she kills you. Unless you try to jump on her first, which is really hard to do. It's so hard to actually catch a Phantom Assassin when she's constantly blurred and staying on the edges of the fight.
Be very tricky. Might even be considering Ags' game on PA to be more evasive, be more annoying, and play around the edges of these.
Elven Tunic now on the PA.
Oh,
8% movement speed, evasion, attack speed. It's like a Yasha, you know. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, she's got everyone doing it. She says, "Hey, Nigma, look at my new item," and they just let her. They don't care. Well, it's a PA. You shouldn't have tried to show it off to them. Now Navi's in some trouble as they leap into lose Iceberg as well. He has got that BKB available. Mind Control tries to pull it up, doesn't quite do so. Iceberg though forced on the BKB, but GH is in. He's going for this right now. Wants to kick out the Phoenix, but the Yule's going to stop him from doing so as he moves forwards on towards what a fly, trying to control him up, trying to bring him down. Disruption's going to save him for a little bit longer. They don't have the supernova though, and they are just going to straight up lose the Phoenix. And that means their range barracks full, and now they're looking to range top as well. And this is the difference. You know, Navi lose a couple of heroes, Nigma's on their high ground. There's a couple of heroes, and they just back themselves off. That's what happens when you're fighting on the enemy side of the map all the time, putting all this pressure on.
They don't have the X off at the moment, but that was a really good ward. Plus, Mind Control.
Arena as well. They control that miracle pretty damn well. They can't get off his damage. He's just straight up gonna fall. Mind Control looking like he's gonna be in a whole world of hurt as well. His flame wall is doing so much work. What was that? Was that the?
Yeah, that's General's shard.
Oh, okay. The spear flames, right? Gotcha.
It's good because when you pop the arena, you can actually pin 2 heroes now with your spear, and on top of that, it does do quite a bit of damage. It's one of the better Ags as well.
That looks really good in that situation. I mean, that was a dream usage there, but that trail of flame just obliterated both of those heroes. Really, really strong. And of course, comboing that with the Sunray and those free fire spirits.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They've been kind of put back in their place a little bit by Navi, by General. Really nice play from them. Next will be up in 30 seconds, and this time the Death Prophet has an Arcane Rune bottled as well, so that's going to be pretty scary. She's going for another shard. Okay, we're seeing quite a few shards coming out around this 30-minute mark.
She's finished her armor item already on guard. She would like more armor, but there isn't really amazing options. The shards make a bit more sense now, and obviously less costly, easier to actually farm up at this station.
Very aggressive aggressive here, using his spider legs to get over the cliff and try and find a hero. Great roll in order to beat you. This is the top going to go straight down to me, and he comes down, they can turn it around. There's a wee just gets grid down into the grave. Miracle coming in, trying to look for the supernova, trying to take it down all by lonesome, cannot do so, gets stunned up. GH is well controlled by Iceberg on the side, but it looks like they're playing it pretty cautiously. Meanwhile, in the back, they will kill Kuro as General finds himself the solo. Hasn't even dropped the arena yet, and he wants to do so. He's looking at Miracle, he's looking at mind control. They want this. Navi are hungry, they're looking for revenge, and they want to bring down a teddy bear. But the bear is on the run, up into the high ground. Maybe we can turn this one around. It's past as General links in. Comes out to control up the Ursa spin, now available, pinning him to the edge. Miracle slowed up, burning away, and the Gods of Beef will put an end to Miracle, and that's going to be 3 kills going the way of Navi. Roshan is up in exactly 1 second. Hello, Roshan. Generally been hitting it with the Gods of Beef, that's the courier there for the money. And in they go, into the Roche pit. They're going to be taking ages as well. Oh my god, what a turnaround from Navi.
There's an Ags inside there. That's a PX.
Tower is under attack.
Oh boy, for free. That is really bad for me.
Somehow this is everybody that was downright unfortunate. They'll take down the Aegis. They'll take down mind control. Oh no. Oh sweet baby Jesus. That was not the play, unfortunately. I mean, if he hit one person there, then he maybe could have made some kind of play, but unfortunately just getting unlucky and really not catching anyway. I mean, Navi did split when they saw it coming, to be fair, so pretty good play.
Yeah, that's a B2. 14,000 gold swing. It's like that. Nigma, they had we run into the front lines first, trying to get some vision with Shivas, but probably needed either GH or mind control to actually start that fight out, because they just completely focused and done. They didn't even have Doom. And all they had to do was just blink onto the that prophet. He didn't get to use his heals. He just died way too quickly. Even with this felt really powerful, but Phantom Assassin.
Oh, the disruption. Well, that can happen sometimes. That's why you pick the disruptor, the Shadow Demon into the disruptor.
Dyer's
exactly
middle
right.
tower is drowning. Dire structures are fortified.
Up on the cliff. Iceberg jumps in there, drops a dude down onto the Ursa. He's taking out the fight immediately. The GH is going to try and kick him away. Is it going to save his life? I don't think it is. Miracle's going to drop in. No buyback, so no chance coming back in. Kuro falls on the side as well. Speedtune gets a clean double kill. Navi come in, makes some very quick examples of these mega heroes. And now they take the tier 1 tower at the mid lane as well.
Game is just completely slipping away for Nigma right now. Just fight after fight that they've been losing. Even from the high ground push that they had earlier, just, you know, defending that off, buying enough time for PA to hit her timings. Like, this PA is gigantic right now, especially with that Ags that she got for free from the Roshan.
Dyer's middle tower just got knocked down. Dyer's middle tower is drowning.
Yeah, this time it's Navi on the high ground. PA is feeling like an absolute. The thing is, it is a big comeback, but PA was actually pretty well on the farm this stage. Instead of that far behind, so always keeping itself in a position to come back into this.
Middle barracks.
Positioning on the map was exactly what allowed them to be in this situation, right? She kept on stealing the farm here, even running up here, while Nigma was constantly up the other heroes. But Nigma, I think their goal should have always been to just find the PA and nobody, like, no one else actually matters, you know. At least have one of their catch heroes just run around and see if the PA is like farming your jungle. Had to get like 1 or 2 more kills on her, but right now she is gigantic. About to go for a Scotty, gonna make her even tankier. That means the Death Prophet is not gonna be able to be as tanky as well with that Spirit Siphon.
Yeah,
honestly, we might want to get a Ghost after this game, because he's gonna, with the build that he has right now, he's still gonna die to the Phantom Assassin.
Hey,
going in.
How's it going?
By himself.
Armor, please. Yeah, and PA's like, hey, you know what? I sense something's wrong here. I don't want to get jumped. That's really curious that Beaching backed away there. This guy's got BKB on 6 seconds and an Aegis.
They're waiting for the Doom. Iceberg was not there, and they felt like, oh, Nigma's probably just baiting this Death Prophet, right? Just dangling him in front of us. With jump him, we might just lose a fight. But in reality, we was just there by himself, like a madman.
Yeah. I mean, it looks goofy, but if you act like you have heroes behind you, then the enemy are gonna think you got heroes behind you. Like, that's it. And, you know, if he was there, right? Should be never getting there. Probably screaming, what the hell are you doing? We're coming, but Jesus, calm down, wait. We doesn't care. bubble. And now they're sitting in the Roche pit. We're waiting to see if anyone comes to farm this camp. They've got this vision down, and they really want to punish anyone who comes in here. Navi are not falling for it though. They're going for a 5-man smoke of their own in towards the middle. Putting down some creeps. Nigma moving as a unit as well. Sensing there is a fight on the horizon.
40 seconds left on Aegis. Might just run out for the PA will get a chance to use it, but they will be running into each other.
Gonna try and make a fight happen here. Let's see what they can do here. As GH rolls on through onto the Shadow Demon, trying to start the fight on the right target. Burrow strike, beautiful. Onto 3. Mind control, trying to make this fight really take off for them. But General comes in through the back. This is the steal though. The last is Sweet, dropping very low. They need one more hit onto a V2 will find it. Nightbird brings us down. Miracle and Wade are both dead, and that means the fight is over from Nigma. They're gonna lose mind control as well. Every core on their side is now dead. Man, it looked pretty good start to the fight for Nigma, but unfortunately the Ursa was still getting controlled up in the back along with Weeha, and there's too much damage on this Doom and on this PA in order for them to really fight back into it. You can't keep letting the Ursa get doomed like this either. Like every time this happens, it's just impossible. And now coming up for the tier 4s. Now they want to win the game. They are not messing around here.
They want to force some buybacks at the least, but the two big heroes on Nigma, they do not have buybacks for 40 more seconds. They don't have EXO either. It's looking like a GG. No man.
So intense, really though. GH tries to make something happen, gets quickly obliterated. Bye-bye Little Earth Spirits, and bye-bye Tier 4 Tower, and maybe bye-bye Engine as well. Mind control's back in 3 seconds. It's not going to be enough though. There's the GG's coming out from there, but they realise it's over. Game 1, against all odds, it goes to Navi.
Since 27 minutes into the game, Nigma could not